our roundtable discussion. We have.
Can you tell people what the roundtable discussion was? Remind them.
We got to go to John Jay University and speak with a bunch of psychologists and prosecutors and victims about trauma in the criminal courts of the city. So a lot of what we took away from that was first access to a lot of people we could get in touch with for power mapping, but also thinking about focusing on the jury rather than the prosecutors, because it is very difficult to change standard practice of prosecutors. So what we've come up with is a kind of reframing of how courts will approach trauma cases, starting from contact with the victims and the survivors till the trial. So there's gonna be a couple of things that we want to require courts to consider. One of them being having a social worker work with the victim or the survivor throughout the entire process. Do you want to talk about some of ours?
Yeah. So Michelle Mason was the woman who works at the IIP who came with us last time, and we said that she would be an active or a diehard ally, and she's already told us that she can help decision making. And then we also have Lucy Lang,
who met with us for our Criminal Justice Forum.
Talked to us for our Criminal Justice Forum. She was also at the round table. And similarly, we said she'd be an active supporter and an active participant. And then we have a bunch of, so we said Planned Parenthood, who also works with the ACLU a lot. One thing we talked about was providing rape kits, easy access to rape kits, and just organizing trauma. So we said Planned Parenthood could do that. And we have the DA's office, and I don't know if you want to talk about.
So we learned information about Cyrus Vance, who is our Manhattan District Attorney, and
has been for I think 40 years.
40 years.
And he, in January, invested $8 million into a new center for trauma-informed prosecution. So he would probably be inclined toward, giving us some information about what he wants to do, and see how his organization is going to change the way prosecutors approach trauma cases. So that would probably be part of our proposal research.
And I think overall we're trying to basically create a resource that can be used as a proposal, but also kind of in a way to educate people. So we were saying, if anything, we can propose it to some of these people, but also bring it to our schools just for people to learn and educate themselves, and also for jurors to educate, and just kind of a wide resource that isn't really directed towards one certain group that many people can access, but we can also use it as a proposal.
And I think going off of that, like we said, students are future jury members, and sort of even if it's not with people who are in the court system right now, it's sort of building a more compassionate society, just so people are aware of trauma. And so even if a common person is more aware of how trauma affects someone, that will trickle down into other places.
Fantastic. I love the 360 view that you folks are thinking about. For the sake of time, we're not going to take questions today. We'll have more time for that in our next session. But anything else you would like to share, trauma-informed prosecution resources? Excellent.